Shut up and sit down.
Hello folks, Colin here, Festus 67's workshop. Welcome to issue 53 of Build Your Own Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 from the year 1967 from our good old mates at DeAgostini. So just remember, if you want to grab this for yourself, head over to this link all the way along there and take out a subscription to this iconic 1/6 scale Mustang. Here's the Shelby story. This is the California special, folks. Beautiful blue, isn't it? Do like that. It's proper been done up to the nines, isn't it? So it says it was a styling option rather than a performance package, and it used the standard range of engines. Stabilizer bar and steering gearbox is what we're going to be putting together today, folks. So we're going to be adding that to your chassis section, as well as building up this little gearbox for the steering. Okay, so we're going to be putting that together, loads of bits and pieces and sprockets and gubbins, and then that's going to be going in on the chassis as well. And this is what you're going to end up with at the end. Okay, be careful when you're moving it around, folks, as well, because your suspension or your wheels are only held on the lower suspension at the moment. We've yet to add the upper bars, so bear that in mind. This was the Ford Probe, a joint development. We had these in the UK as well. That was the Ford Coupe of the day, launched in '88. And there it is there, looking rather resplendent. And then this was the EXP in the US, which very angular looking thing, isn't it? But there you go. Some more concept work. This was the Probe's interior. And this is a Ford Probe 4 5-door sedan, which was a concept car that they came out with the obligatory 1980s model stood there doing her thing. There you go. So let's grab our parts and start looking at what we're putting together today, folks. Right, so let's have a looky-loo now. We've got our stabilizer bar there. I'm going to be fitting that in a moment, but I'm going to leave that until I've done this little gearbox. So I'm going to do my gearbox first, folks, okay? And what it's asking is asking you for the casing, which we've got just there. Looking rather resplendent, isn't it? Put this pinion over this little post, okay? Right. That's what it's telling us, okay? For some reason they've got the picture the opposite way around there. Don't know why they have, but they have. So we want that, and we want DS17 screw to go over the top of that, which is this one here, okay? So we'll put a bit of oil on that and get that in place for you. Like so. And that'll hold that pinion in place then, folks. Hold it all the way round. Just check your pinion moves, which it does. This whole assembly here into this little rebate just in there, okay? So just pick it up and let it do its thing. And just check underneath that the tab is poking through, okay? And then with that in place, you should be able to spin it with your finger and it will turn both. So that's what you want there. And then you want 53F, which is this bad boy. And this is like a worm gear on this, so that as it turns, it will activate that type thing, or a worm gear. So we just want to lay that in place. Make sure that that goes in and fully sits right down like so at each side, okay? And then just check that it does its thing, which it does, and it will basically move that sprocket. That's what it needs to do, folks, okay? So I'm happy with that. I can now get my cover and I can lay that on top of the gear. And you've got a little section that pokes out there that clamps the other half of the brass fitting like so, okay? So that's what you're going to end up with. And before you button it down, just make sure that the worm turns the sprocket. See, the sprocket's moving inside as I'm spinning. Do that before you put the cover on, folks, okay? A couple of DSO2 screws, we'll grab them and we'll get some oil on them, and we can button this down then. So that's that little, I wouldn't say complicated stage, but it could trip you up if you're not sure. So just check your work, and you want to make sure that it works before you screw all the covers on. Now, I was tempted to put some grease in there, but to be honest with you, for the amount of times the steering is going to move, I think it would just attract all the dust and dirt and detritus up in there, to be honest. We got that in, and then we can just double check that the sprockets turn like so. That's what you want. We're now going to fit that to the chassis, and we're also going to bring in the steady bar as well, orientated the right way. You got PS09 screws going in the end cap. So let's find those, which are just there. And straight away, let's stiffen that up nicely. I'm going to put a bracket on, and that's going to be held in place with a DSO3 screw. So I've got a little peg that goes in the hole, and then a DSO3. Want one of them. We'll whop a little bit of oil on that. Just a little bit's on its way. Like so. And that's just going to stiffen the suspension up a tad now. And dare I say, it's going to take the weight off of these spindles now where the wheel's mounted. So we're happy with that. Somewhere like so. That's what it's telling us. Like that. And that will sit in there. And then we screw that in from underneath, peeps. And see whether we can get that in without obscuring the image for you. We'll try and put it that way. Hopefully you can see where I'm going. Just behind that wheel there, folks, okay? Just under there. There's two little fittings. Little ear holes poking out that these go into. I should be able to turn the chassis on its end now so that you can see where this one is going. And I'll point out the previous screw for you then. They're up under here, okay? I've done one, I'm now coming into this one under here. Like so, okay? So that's what we're after. And then when the steering gets activated later on through the proper steering column, that'll actually then turn this steering rack. There you go. So it will work, it will turn the steering like that. Yeah? And then go back the other way. So that's a quick test done. There you go, folks. Phew. Fragile stage at the moment, because obviously, as you can see, there's a lot of weight going on there. So it'll be a lot easier when you've got the upper wishbones in holding this in place. But for the moment, I can store this safely away from the bench. So don't forget, folks, if you want this for yourself, head over to this link all the way along there. Pop over to DeAgostini, take out a subscription for this beautiful Mustang model. In the meantime, to help me out, you can just click little fester in the corner, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and ring the bell whilst you're there, folks. Helps me grow my channel, helps keep you aware of future content. In the meantime, thanks for joining me and keeping me company. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.